the afternoon. Decided to run a little commercial for Girl Scout cookies. Nothing better. I'll be eating those a couple times in here. You'll have to deal with me. Talking kind of funny. Trying not to show you the food in my mouth. Man, that's good. So, oh yeah, you're here not to cheat, right? You're here to work. You're here to work hard. You're here because you already tried June 12th exam, and you're here for the short answer questions. You're here for a little help. You came to the right place. I'm here to help you. That look weird. Get all green because of the weird background. We're here to work. Let's go. Oh yeah, still in a weird mood from this morning. Okay, so I think we're going to 12. Oh yeah. Let's go to 12. While I set things up, I'm going to enjoy myself another one of these peanut buttery, chocolatey deliciousness of Girl Scout cookies. Kind of delicious. Oh. Alright, you got to show work. I'm going to show you how to show work for this problem, and then how to just do this problem. Oh, where am I? Ah, there we go. I don't know where I am. All right, I'm over here. All right, I don't know where I am. All right, my pen's not working very well. All right, let's do, maybe it's going to catch up eventually. Maybe it's just not going to do anything for me. Anybody else having fun? All right, maybe it's done doing whatever the heck it was just doing, and now we're ready to roll. All right, here we go. So, welcome back. Thanks for coming. I'm not even going to knock that out. You're going to have to put up with that. Okay. I always teach my kid this I circle. I to the 1 is I. Wow, that looks terrible. I squared is equal to -1. These are the keys. And not being able to write like a messy person. Cubed. Woohoo, that's a cube. Equals -I. And I to the 4th is equal to 1. So you could just be a lame Kirsten and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then do 18. Well, what if those were 87 and a whole bunch more than that? That'd be crazy, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what I to the 13th is. Now, I to the 13th, the closest I can get to a multiple of 12, because we always want to try to get multiples of 4. So the closest a multiple of 4 to 13 would be I to the 12th. So I to the 12th would be 1. So I could line up 12 i's, multiply them together, I get 1. I to the 13th would be, this should be an I, would just be I. So this becomes an I. I to the 18th, the closest I can get is 16. This would be I to the 16th right here. 17th, and this would be the 18th. I to the 18th is -1. Plus, and then I to the 31st, the closest I can get without going over would be 28. This would be 28, 29, 30, 31, -I. Plus n equals 0. Well, if I add these up, whoa, wait a second, let's talk about this. This positive I and this negative I cancel, and I get -1 plus n equals 0, or n equals 1. Now, you could have just come over here and done I raised to the 13th plus I raised to the 18th plus I raised to the 31st, and just check that, oh look, -1. So I come back over to my thing, -1. But you have to show work, so you have to show somehow where you get your answers. Alright, that one's done. Alright. The formula for compound interest, I believe, is probably given in this problem, which is nice. And A is the amount of money, P is the initial investment, R is the interest rate, T is in times. Use this formula to the nearest dollar. The amount after 8 years, if 700 were invested at 3%. Wow, what a joke. A equals $750. Why is this even on a test? This doesn't even belong on a test. E to 0.03. There's the only tricky part. Ooh, you had to realize that you had to put 0.03 times 8. Come on, man. Oh, wait, hold on. You have to know how to put this in your calculator, too. 750 e to the 0.03 times 8 equals, oh, look, $953. $953.40. What do we got to round to? They didn't even make you round it hard. 436.436. They should make you round it as far as money goes. What a joke. So A equals $953. Ooh, tough problem. Gosh. I bet we're in for it later. We're gonna be like, oh yeah, I want to go back to that problem. How many people? I want to go back to problem number 29, please, because this one's just ridiculously hard. So here's the thing. Here's this problem. So what we want to do is we want to solve this thing. This thing that has not a single solitary number in it, and we want it to equal sine when we're done. So we got something that has no words in it, no numbers in it, and what we want to do is when we're done, it should just be something with sine. So when I'm done, I only can have sine. Maybe sine squared, maybe sine cubed, but only something with sine. So here's what we do. We're going to replace, this is the only thing I can replace, this secant. So it's the weird thing, so I'll replace it. So we have cosine theta times 1 over cosine theta minus cosine theta. Now I got all kinds of cosine thetas. We're not any closer to sine than we were before. However, we're going to distribute. So this one gives me cosine theta over cosine theta minus cosine squared theta. Oh, wait a second. And this is 1 minus cosine squared theta. Now, if you recall, the one key thing that you have to remember, cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. Just check and see if my mic's on. And from this, we can get sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus cosine squared theta by simply moving this over to here. And that's what we need. This is equal to sine squared theta. Ka-ching! No numbers. Hey, look! It had a number in the problem. Yay! Alright. Alright. Come on, man. Another one of these problems. I'm sick of doing the same problems over and over and over again. So, a cup of soup is left on a countertop to cool. The table below gives the temperature over a 10-minute period. Write an exponential regression. An exponential regression. Make sure that when you get to the exponential regression, you don't pick a different regression. And here's the key word right here. I'm going to do it in blue. Equation. Equation. So, when you're done, you better have an equation. I cannot tell you how mad I get when kids don't have an equation. So let's go rock and roll. Let's get to it. Let's go over to home. We'll go to there. Notice there's already a spreadsheet over here or something. So that's going to cause us problems. Get rid of it. Go back. See, now I start with a fresh one. We're going to call one X. We'll call this Y. Come back over here. And I'll start punching these numbers in. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Who do we appreciate? Mr. Krause. Mr. Krause. See, 180.2. You know what one of the most common mistakes is made on these problems? Not putting in the correct numbers. 165.8. put in one number wrong and you'll be slightly off and you get 1 out of 2 points, which is a 50% problem, 50% on a rather, let it go. And that's exactly what I mean right there. Did you feel like the audio went out? Or maybe I just lost my brain for a second. 100, 110.5. So hopefully I got those in right. I'll know because I already know what the right answer is because I've already done the work. So, come over here. We'll go to menu. We go to statistics. We go to stat calculations. And we go all the way down to letter A. Exponential regression. There it is. In the first one, we're going to choose X is our X list. Y is our Y list. And choose OK. So, and expand these out a little bit so we can see. So over here, my exponential equation is going to be y equals a times b to the x. You need to write down what a is. 180.376. 180.376. 870. 870. Write it all out so the teacher knows that, hey, this guy used his calculator. B is 0.9538. 0.9538. 696. Oh my God, he said 69. Oh wait, hold on, I don't teach freshmen anymore, so that's not funny. So yeah, when you teach freshmen and you come up with that number, every once in a while, it gets a little giggling. So thousands place. So we're gonna round to the thousands place. That's 3 decimals. 3 decimals. Oh, this problem actually requires us to round. So our answer is 180.377 parentheses 0.954 to the x. Done. To the nearest tenth, find to the nearest tenth the radian measure of 216. So we take 216 degrees and we multiply by pi over 1 AT. But we're going to do it to the nearest tenth, so I just have to type it. This had to be one of the easiest tests I've ever come across. So, how do kids not do well on these tests? Kids, you got to know this stuff. Come on, lock it down. This stuff's not hard. So let's get rid of it. Let's get a fresh screen here. 210, right? Oh no, it's 216. That's where you make your mistakes. 216 times control division pi all over 180, enter. Bam. 3.7699. So 3.7699 round to the nearest tenths, 3.8 radians. I gotta slow down, man. I need me a cookie. Got me another cookie right here. I only got 2 left, so this is 1 and I got 2 more. So you gotta put up with it because I'm stressed out. That was a lot of work. I know you're jealous. You're like, oh my God, I'm starving. How come we don't have cookies? So we got to find the third term in the sequence. Wow. Another difficult question. Man, I don't know if I can do this. A sub 1 is equal to 3. Let's slow down. Got the first one. Man, that was tough. A sub 2 is equal to 2 times A sub k minus 1. Well, that means this goes in here, so that's equal to 2 times 3 minus 1, which is 5. That's 2. Now let's go to 3. 2 times A sub k, right there, which is 5 minus 1. I hope you guys can do this. I hope you can do it. I hope you can do it. 9. Amazing. I tell you what, I haven't looked. I forgot what this test is all about, but I'm going to tell you right now. Based on the part 2s, the part 3s and 4s must be really, really hard. So far, really, really easy. So 2 sides and included angle of a parallelogram are 18 and 22. So 18 and 22, and the included angle is 60. Find the area of this shape. Well, if you remember correctly, a parallelogram is basically just two congruent triangles. We got congruent triangle number 1 and congruent triangle number 2. So if I knew the area of that triangle, I could just double it. Wow! I wonder if I have a formula on my formula sheet for area of a triangle. Oh, look, right here, area of a triangle. So we can use that triangle, that area formula. Area equals... is this really this easy? I gotta look, because I'm just dumbfounded that this... Oh, wait a second. Here's the hard part, right here. Find the exact area. Ooh, we gotta do a little bit of work. Ooh. So we're gonna do 8 1/2 times 18 times 22 times the sine of 60. Now here's the trick. 60 degrees. Now, because it's a parallelogram, I don't need this half because I'm going to double it anyway. So why half it to get the triangle and then double it to get the thing? I'll just get rid of the half. So I get area equals, I'm going to come over here. So this is the hard part. 18 times 22, and I get 396. So what I have here, I got to scroll down a little bit, is 396 times. Now, if you don't know what the exact value of the sine of 60 is, we got issues, kids. It is radical 3 over 2. It just is. So really my exact answer is taking 396 and dividing it by 2. 198. So, and I divided it by 2 because it's really over 1 here, so I'm just going to divide it by 2. 198 square roots of 3. And there's your answer. That was the only hard part about that problem. Moving on. 35. How many more pages do I have? Oh, we got a bunch. On to 35. 150. Oh, okay. So, write an equation for the... Oh, my God. Seriously? Guys, you can't get an easier test than this. I love this test. I'm like in love with this test. Hold on, I can turn the mic off for a second. Oh, never mind. I'm good. All right, so because it starts here and ends here, we know this is a sine curve because it's starting. Now, we could have a phase shift and make it a cosine curve, but, you know, you got to have your head examined to do that. We know that the amplitude is pretty easy. The amplitude is, well, the center line's right here at the origin, so the amplitude is up 3. So the amplitude's 3. Now my period is pi. So I need to figure out what b is. So let's start with this thing. Y equals, now it's negative because it's coming in the downward direction first. It's negative 3 because it's coming downward. Sine. Now I got to figure out what b is, and I'm finished. So period is equal to 2 pi over b. So I know my period is pi, and that is equal to 2 pi over b. If I cross multiply, I get b times pi equals 2 pi. And then if I divide by pi, I get b equals 2. Now, I don't think you actually had to do that work, because what I could have said is I finished the entire curve in pi. So one curve, so that means in 2 pi, I'll finish 2 curves, which means my frequency is 2. And there it is, kids. That's your answer. 36. Oh my God, I love these. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to show you how to cheat maybe on just that. Oh my gosh. Seriously, I want to hurl how easy this test is. There's only one tricky part about this whole test. Now, hold on a second. Let's see. This is what we have here. We have 4 minus x squared all over x squared plus 7x plus 12 divided by 2x minus 4. Maybe you like looking at it like this better, over x plus 3. They didn't even give you a hard stuff. I'm gonna, oh man, crazy. So we're going to do the hard stuff. Now, this one's a little bit tricky. Just be careful. It's the difference of perfect squares, so it's 2 plus x, 2 minus x. No problem. X plus 3, x plus 4. Multiply to 12. These multiply to 12. If you can't factor, kids, it's going to be a tough test for you. You got to be able to factor. This one gets flipped. So this x plus 3 comes up on top. And I'm going to take out a 2. And I'm left with x minus 2. All right, so now we've got to be careful. This x plus 3 cancels with this x plus 3. This x minus 2 actually cancels with this 2 minus x, but it makes a negative 1, and you know that. We've done it a million times. So my answer is negative 2 plus x over 2x plus 4. They don't get much easier than that, kids. And they didn't make difficult factoring. None of the factoring was very difficult. All right, so we got a little bit of stats to do. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we got to get all this information typed in, and eventually what we're going to do is find my pen. What we want to do is we got 15 employees, so I want to make sure when I'm done I have all 15 employees, and we want to determine the number of employees whose travel time is within 1 standard deviation of the mean. All right, so be careful. Be careful. We got to get these numbers in. So we go back here. We go here. I know we got other stuff in there, so get rid of it. Clean it out. Don't use garbage. And then start over. Call this X. We only got one list. So X. And here we go. I'm going to use my sheet over here. 25. 45. 52. 55. 59. 30. 40, 35, 8, 65, 25, 40, 29, 37, 55. Now I got 15, so that's good. That doesn't mean I didn't miss one, but I'm going to assume I didn't. Since I know the right answers, I can make sure I didn't. So now what we're going to do is we're going to calculate one variable statistics on this. We go to menu. We go into statistics, stat calculations, and one variable. All I have is one variable. And we'll click OK. We'll say, hey, we're using XList. Click OK. And there it is. So we have everything we need. So oops, missed my X bar. X bar is 40. So my average time, oops, let me get the pen. So my X bar, which is the average, is 40. My standard deviation is, you want the sample, you want this 14.9 right here, 14.9. Now, if you pick the wrong one, you're going to be at 15, and you're going to be slightly off. You're not going to be able to get this right. 15 is not the right answer. That's the sample. This is the population. We only have one population, so it took all of its employees. No, we did all of its employees, not a sample. All right, so really, let me think about it for a second. Let me draw my shape. I like drawing my shape. All right, here's where my X bar, which is 40. And then we're going to go up one standard deviation. That would be 54.9. And down one standard deviation. And you know what? I think you need help with that, so let's just do that. Oops. 40 minus 15.9. You get 24.1. Perfect. 24.1. Make sure the numbers are right. All right. Oh, I subtracted the wrong thing. See, that's how you make your mistakes, kids. That's where you make your mistakes. 40 minus 14.9. I put in 15.9, so it should be 25.1. And even that would be off. That would be, you're going to see that's going to be so far off. 25.1. So I want all the numbers between 25.1 and 55. Nope, that's 25. See, if I'd picked my other one or I'd gotten wrong, I would have included that one, but I can't include that one. I can include this one and this one. Those are between. That one's too much. Too much. That one's in between. That one's in between. That one's in between. Too much. 25. Nope. 40. Yep. 55. Nope. Too much. 37. Yep. And 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 employees. 8 employees. You can see where if you just miss one number, see if that would have gone to just a little bit more, 1/10 more, I'd already be at 25, and I would have had to include 2 more of them, and it would have gone to 55. It means I would have included this one, and so you would be off. Oh, I had to include 2 more. So if that had been 15, you would have been off by 4. Totally wrong. So, all right, we got it. All right, so what do we got here? The measure of the angles between the resultant and 2 applied forces are 60 and 45. Sounds like we got a law of cosines question coming. So my one force is 27. My other force, oops, no, wait, hold on a second. I didn't do that right. Let's get this right. So it says the measure of the angles between the resultant and 2 applied forces. So there's my 2 applied forces. And you know you're drawing a parallelogram, so let's draw a parallelogram. And we're going to draw in this result. All right, so we have 60 and 45. This is clearly the bigger one, 60 and 45. And the resultant is 27. Find to the nearest pound the magnitude of each applied force. So we have to find x and we have to find y. Now this is 105 degrees. Doesn't look like it, but it is. That's 105 degrees. That would make this 75 degrees. And now, what we got to do is we got to find x or y. So I'm going to find x first. So for x over sine 45. Oops. X over sine of 45 is equal to y over sine of, who knows? I don't know. Can't do that. I don't know what I'm thinking of. How about 27 over the sine of 75? All right. So we get x times sine of 75 equals 27. That's, no, the dish, the laundry's done. Anybody want to help? Times sine of 45. Divide by sine of 75. We only have one question left after this. Divide by sine of 75. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Come on over. So we get control division so we don't make any mistakes. And we've got 27 sine of 45 divided by, I forgot, sine of 75, sine of 75. Bam. 19.765. X equals 19.765. So X equals, round to the nearest pound, 20. Now don't use that one. We're not using that one. What we're going to do is we're going to do Y. Oh my God, wait a second. If I got to go back. If this is 60 degrees, then so is this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do y over sine of 60 is equal to, back to this, 27 over the sine of 75. And let's see, cross multiply, I get 27 times sine of 60 equals y times sine of 75. Divide by sine of 75. And so I come back over here. I'm going to be even lazy and just change this 45 to a 60. And hit enter. 24.207. So y equals 24. And I'm done. Last problem. Oh my God, seriously? Kids, this problem, this quiz, seriously, this is probably the easiest test ever. I hope you guys are doing well with this. I hope when you did this, you're like, oh, I got it, I got it, I got it. Because out of all of them, this one's not very difficult. So I got to convert these back down to the same base. I got to get down to the same exact base. So let's see, 3, 9, 27, 84. It's 3 to the 4th times x cubed. Ooh, I'm so scared. X cubed, 2x squared is equal to 3 cubed times 5x over 3. So over here, the 3's cancel. Now that the bases are the same, I'm going to multiply here. So I get 4x cubed plus 2x squared equals 5x. I'm going to bring this over, so I get 4x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x equals 0. Now I'm going to take out an x, and I'm left x, and I'm going to do 4x squared plus 2x minus 5 equals 0. Now before I factor that, I'm going to show you a cool way to do this on the calculator. So here's how it's going to work on the calculator. I don't know what those are, but I'm going to give you the answers. I'm going to figure out what the answers are. So I'm going to go over my calculator. I'm going to say, okay, calculator, help me out. Let me get rid of all my crap so I don't see any more crap on there. So I'm going to go to Menu, Algebra, Polynomial Tools, find the roots of the polynomial. It's a second degree equation because we took out the cube. And my numbers are 4. Let me look. 8. Oh my gosh, look at that. I made a mistake. This is where you make your dumb mistakes. 4x cubed times 8x squared. This should be an 8. This should be an 8. This should be an 8. So 4, 8, and negative 5, right? So 4, 8, that was embarrassing, and negative 5. Would have been here all day. And negative 5. Hit enter. And it says, is that it? 4x squared plus 8x minus 5? Yes, that's it. Those are your two answers, negative 5 over 2 and 1/2. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down here and you say, okay, I've got negative 5 over 2, and I've got 1/2. Well, that just means it's going to be 2x and 2x. Because I bring this 2x over here, that makes me 2x. I'll bring this 2x over here, that gives me 2x. So now I've got 2x minus 5. 2x equals negative 5, and 2x equals 1. Now to bring it back, bring the 5 over, I get 2x plus 5. Bring that 1 over, I get 2x minus 1. And so there's the factoring, and here are your answers. X equals, and we also have this answer, x equals 0. So my three answers are 0, negative 5 over 2, and 1/2. But you know you got to check them. You just know you got to check them. So we'll check 0's easy. We'll go back to the original. And we'll stuff 0 in for x. So 0 stow x. You only have to do this the hard time once. So it was 81 raised to the x cubed plus 2x squared plus 2x squared equals 1. And then I'll do 27 raised to the control division 5x over 3. 1. Perfect. Now I'm going to stow negative 5 over 2. Negative 5 divided by 2 stow x. And we're going to go up here to this first one. That first thing, type it in. Oh, negative. It's some weird answer that doesn't look right. And hit this one. Oh, same weird answer. Guess that's okay. And then we're going to try 1/2. So 0.5 control var x. I don't know. Maybe one of these. Maybe they all work. That doesn't happen very often. Go up here. Enter. Enter. 15.5 something. Oops. Went too far. Now I'm going to try the 27 one. Oh. They all work. That's all she wrote, kids. That's it. That's it. Gone. Done. Finished. It's all over with. I hope you enjoyed this short little tutorial. This is Mr. Krause out. No, I'm just kidding. If you got 100, email me. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. If you don't like what you see, but you like what we're doing, because I'm kind of ugly and bald and, well, whatever, funny looking, still hit subscribe. All right, guys. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out. Keep working hard. Keep working hard. School's almost over, and you get to enjoy your summer. It's a lot more enjoyable when you've done well on your Trig Regents. Trust me.